Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Evolve podcast. Today, we are going to talk about life after graduation. Are you a graduate or an SHS leaver? I know sometimes it gets really tough because you come out of school and then you realize that things are not the way you expect them to be or you want them to be. So, we have two guests with us today to help us talk about this topic. I know a lot of young people out there, especially fresh graduates, are going through it. We want you to know you are not alone in it. We are a lot, yeah. So please, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, so thanks for having me back again. I think our first meeting was on relationship issues, and today my name again is Pius Yawadenyo, and this will be a very good topic for the young people out there, the young people out there actually. And so let's stay tuned as we interact and then we're able to get to know what else we can do separately to be able to drive through these challenges. Thank you.
All right, my name is Inusa Najiwalai, and it's a privilege to be on this show. And yeah, so I'm expecting a lot from this topic, which is a very important topic in our society. So yeah.
Okay. So we'll be going very deep into this topic because it's a very important topic that is mostly not spoken about because a lot of young people are depressed out there. Some are lucky to come out of school and then things are going on well for them, but some are also going through it. And a lot of people end up doing drugs, getting into alcoholism, some even take their life and a whole lot. So we'll also share our personal experiences along the way, yeah, so that our audience will know that they are not alone in this. So firstly, let's talk about graduation. Yeah, like our expectations when we are in school, like how we psych our minds about the world outside and how we come to meet it and how it affects us mentally.
Okay, so I would like to tackle this question from being in a university. I think that life after school is it basically starts from when you start the school itself. You know, what you prepare yourself for is what you'll be able to do. So I also think that I'm from Ghana actually, and then our education system does not really prepare us for the job. That's why we have on the job learning. You go out there and then you get employed before you start learning. But I feel that if as an individual, when you prepare yourself, if you look within yourself, what am I good at? What am I not good at? The things, your strengths, your weaknesses. When you look at those things, it can properly guide you into the right area you're supposed to focus your strength. So that brings us to your self-development. You developing yourself while in school. Certain skills that are supposed to add to yourself in order to improve on your personal skills. So that when you get out on the job market, you would have an advantage. Yeah. So it is not just about you leaving after school before you start to look at how to mitigate your challenges, but it should start from right when you're in school. I think first year you might not find your feet because you are just new to the system, but second year going, you should be able to, okay, I'm good at this, I'm not good at that. How can I know your dressing, your the way you talk, and all those things need to be learned. Yeah.
Okay, so me personally, to answer your question, I believe that it starts from SHS. Now, SHS, I think we were mostly lied to by our teachers that the life out there is going to be fun,
Yeah.
everything's just going to be clean. But that's not the case. You understand? So when you get to the university, even from SHS to university, you are being told when you get to the university, you have freedom, you can do this, you can do that. So it gives you that mindset, oh, life is easy
Yeah.
right after SHS going to university. And it's not like that. So you get to the university with the mindset of getting that freedom, you can do whatever you want, life is easy, but
Freedom to explore.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. So first year, everything is okay. You are going for lectures, everything is smooth. Second year, like you said, they start from second year. Final year, you get hit with project works and all that. That is when I think the depression sets in. You start to think a lot. You see things on the media that, oh, this guy is living the life. How did he get there? I want to be like that person. What should I do? Where should I go? You start to think about all these things, and then it puts you in that depression state. You think a lot. You can't even focus on things right. So from the question that you asked, I think it's mostly starts from SHS. Our mindset is programmed to think differently.
Me, I also think that in our various schools, like Ghana, for instance, it's a country where we value grades more than skills. Like even teachers, our parents, all of them are interested in how you score A's and then turn out as the top students in your school or your class. But they are not focused on what you are able to bring home. Yeah, like I remember after my graduation, I was talking to a friend. Maybe he'll be watching us today, and I was like, I want you to help me get a job after school. And what he asked me was, what can I do? And I think that was one of the questions that left me depressed after school. Because like I started asking myself, so right now I'm done with my 4 year Bachelor of Degrees course. But what can I do? If somebody wants to offer me a job today, like what can I offer the person in exchange? Like, and I couldn't answer that. So I think our schools they should do better when it comes to grooming us with skills than just teaching us on how to score A's and then come out and you'll be sitting in the home. If you don't get employed, you don't get to do anything that you can make money from. You just have to sit down and wait for government to employ you. So I think our schools should also work on that.
Yeah, even with the question you ask yourself, what can you do? I think recently trending in Ghana is one young guy at the age of 25. He's a phone repairer. So I think he was doing a video of a customer brought him an iPhone, say 15 or so to
Yeah,
repair,
Yeah.
I think
and
I've
then
seen
Yeah,
that
yeah, I've
video.
seen
yeah.
that video
Yes.
too.
So
Yeah.
out of him posting that video, I think currently the Minister for Communication, Honorable Sam
Some
George,
jobs, yeah.
Yeah.
contacted the guy and then they are into talking. You see, one thing too that has to do with after graduation is value.
Yeah.
The subject of value when it comes to young graduates is quite missing when we graduate school because everybody will chase after value.
Exactly.
It is what you bring to the company, what you offer. It is what is going to make you
Yeah.
be employed. So I always tell my friends that look, get something that will make you valuable, even in the space where you operate.
Yeah.
Because that's the basic thing that every graduate should even think of first. What am I bringing, or what's the additional input I will offer to that company that I want to be employed into? That's the question. Ask yourself, what can I do?
Yes.
So if we pay attention to our skills and then forgetting that you need to bring value to the table. Value can be, let's say, yeah, you've gone into an agriculture firm and then they produce, and you look at the waste aspect, what goes waste. So you can ask yourself, in what way can I gain innovative knowledge or something to improve or to bring something new, so that even from that waste, the company can still get something in addition to their sales. Yeah, so value should be something that we should also consider when we think of maybe after graduation or even during school time, because who knows?
Yeah.
Whilst you're in school, you can still get a contract.
Yeah. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Evolve podcast. Yeah, and share with your friends too. So let's get back to our conversation.
Only when you are not able to do these things for yourself, that is when depression begins to set in. Because you begin to ask yourself, what can I do? Just as you are asking yourself, what can you do? But then it is not about what can you do, it's about what are you able to do. That is a question you should be asking yourself. What leads you to knowing yourself? If you know yourself very well, and you know that okay, if I'm
So,
able
what
to,
are you able to do, and what can you do? What is the difference?
what can you do is like okay, um, he's into graphic designing. Then you ask me, can I design? I say no. Can I play football? I say no. But what can I do is like, okay, I know I can, let's say, I can do data analysis.
Yeah.
You know you are good at data analysis. So that is what you can do. If you are good at mathematics, that would be a very good because data analysis has to do with doing a lot of calculations and all that. If that is what you can do, then you channel your energy into that so that you don't get to a point you're asking yourself, what can I do? Meanwhile, there's something you can actually do. So you focus on what you can do, then rather asking yourself, what can I do?
It's
Now,
like you are confusing yourself.
no, what you
Or
can
do you mean
do.
you are confusing?
So this is
Let
it.
him,
What
let him,
you
yeah.
can do. I can repair a phone. Do you get it? Now you find yourself in a place where you want to compete with someone who is into designing. That is not something you can do. So don't ask yourself what you can do, but like what can I do? But actually, what you're already into. That is what you're already into. You learned electrical engineering, yes. Now, just as you're saying, go for internship, right? So you didn't go for internship, nothing of that sort. Now, personally, what are you able to? What comes to you easily?
Okay,
It's
so
something you should be
Yeah.
looking at.
let's say you in the university you study agri science,
Okay.
and then you graduate. Agri science is too broad. Any job sector that you will find yourself, you will need to have a speciality.
So you
Like
can do
you can
marketing, packaging is there.
exactly, but you don't know how to
Economics
do
and
the
all that.
marketing.
You see, that is why I started with the point that self-development and education is
So
also
we
one
have
different thing.
situations where you will get the opportunity to learn. That is after you have gotten the job. But a situation where you will need to have the skill in order for you to get the job. You don't have the skill. So there's no way you even get a job in the first place. I don't know if you are getting my point.
So your point basically leads us to you need to get a skill before getting the job.
No, my point is, yeah, as for that one, you need to get a skill that can help you get certain jobs. But my point is that when you graduate, usually our courses are too broad. It makes it difficult for you to even figure out what you can do. As like just like I told you, I studied agri technology and I specialized in agri economics. It's very broad. Like sometimes unless you find yourself in the field that you'll be able to tell that, oh, I've studied this, but even with that, at the workplace, there is a way they will do it that you still need to learn.
Yeah, because working language is different from the
Yeah.
book
Yes,
knowledge.
from the
Yes.
book. Exactly. So that's why you graduate and then you come out and it's like you cannot do anything.
So I think that the problem too has to do with our system. You know, we have to move from the education industry sector to education being the industry and education should be able to merge
Yes.
themselves
You see that
so that
when we
even
came
as you are in
here,
school, yeah, you should be able to the school should be able to take you to the industry. Then you can clearly relate what you are learning to the industry
Yeah.
because we learned in school as an agric student that okay apply this also and so fertilizer. If you enter the field, it's a whole different ball
Different
game
ball.
yes.
altogether.
Right.
So if the industry and then the education sector comes together, okay, so after a semester in school, a month like this, you push you go here. So it is the school's program that after a semester in school, this particular month, these students are going to this particular industry to learn a hand job skill, like to learn like you relate what you're learning in the classroom to what you have been taught. So that one will be quite better.
You know, even in Ghana, sometimes it's even very difficult to get a company to do internship with them. It's it's so
They,
difficult.
I don't know.
And do you remember when we came here at first? When we came here, there was this program that we attended, I think just downstairs, and there were a lot of companies that were
Yeah.
here, and they did exhibition, showed us what they produce. Some of them were into yogurt, the yogurt that they cut fruits in it. I think that was the one I was interested in. Yeah, some were into the production of vegetables. Like there were so many, and they were just down here. They gave us all the everything that we needed to know about them, and they gave us their contacts that if we want to do internship with them this summer, we should contact them. Ghana, you will not see things like this.
The companies are
So
not
it's
willing
like
to
over
teach.
here,
But
before
even
you even graduate, you'll be good at something.
Yeah.
So imagine, let's say they do this every year. So every summer you get to do internship with one company. You learn a skill. So let's say the 4 years, you are able to learn four different skills.
Yeah.
There's no way you go like you graduate and you be
And
stranded.
exactly.
even with that, I think we can do there's volunteer service.
Yeah.
In Ghana, there's volunteer service.
Pius, I'm telling you that in Ghana, even to do volunteer service, it's very difficult to get a
No,
company
you
to
see,
work
you
with.
see,
Sometimes you send
as
your application, they'll
And
not
they'll
call
reject
you.
no, as you are saying, it's about mindset. You
Yeah.
see, the reason why I said volunteer service is this: after our national service, the form came out that if you want to do a volunteer service, just get out there. But then one thing to do is, I am a nurse, okay. I go to a hospital, okay. I am a nurse. I finish my service. I'm not getting employment. I just want to be coming around and learn. They know they will not be paying you,
Yeah.
but you'll be learning. Are you sure? No, let me use Mofa. We are an students. Let me use Mofa. So now I am in the house after service. I'm not getting a job. And I go to our constituency Mofa. And I said, okay, I'll be here every 3 times a week. So if you are going for inspection or anything, carry me along. I'll come to work today and today. So are you sure that if you are doing that volunteer service within a year, 6 months or whatever, and the office needs to employ somebody for a community, they will choose you.
Let's take
Pius, wait.
service for instance.
Wait.
Why do people go to the extent of like, excuse me to say this, people go to the extent of contacting their family members or friends that are in higher positions to help them get companies that they want to work with? Because Ghana, we have gotten to that point where even service, you can't just say that, oh, me, I want to work with this company and they'll post you there. You need to know someone there. But service, is it the company that is paying us? It's the government that is paying us. But they will not take you. They won't take
Okay.
you. They won't
Okay.
take you. There are some companies that will take you, but some they will not take you.
For volunteer service.
Bro,
Well, I think that it's true. My service, I was supposed to work at one place. I don't know if I'm supposed to mention it.
Don't mention the name.
But they told us the place doesn't exist, and it existed, but we were told the place doesn't exist. So now I was rushing, going to the regional national service, regional something to help me get posted to a different place to do my national service. Because the place that was posted to by the government, I was told that it doesn't exist. So sometimes I think the government are just not willing to push you to that side.
No, I think it's the companies. Government has posted me that I should come and work with this particular
Yeah.
company. I have gone to the company. The company exists. Yet they are
They are
telling you
telling you
that
that
it
it doesn't
doesn't
exist.
exist.
You get what I'm
Some
trying to
some
say?
will tell you.
I don't want to mention the
Some
name.
of them
So-
will tell
so
you
that-
point
that is-
blank
that is-
they don't need NSS
You
personnel
see,
in their company.
when we talk about this point, we should also not forget the trouble NSS personnel some do cause when they go for service.
Like what kind of
You see,
trouble?
if me I am a manager or I am a CEO, and then I have employed some number of service personnel over some time. These days and these our iPhone users and excuse me, no one. I'm not attacking anybody. Sorry for that. You see people going to work and then instead of them paying attention to what they are doing, they are on Snapchat, on WhatsApp. You see, some people really don't there's no seriousness attached to what they are doing.
Yeah.
You see, my part of the conversation here is to those who are really serious with what they want to do with their life. Because a friend contacted me, Pius, I'm just in the house, I'm not doing it. I said, go and do voluntary service. And within some time, I can clearly tell you that he's now employed. He's being paid thousands of this a month. Do you get it? So these things work. If I'm a CEO and you came for voluntary service, and then I realized that no, this guy is good. There is no way I want to hold interview when I know that this person has been with me for 3 months, maybe 4 months, has learned on the job, and it will be very easy for him to continue than me saying, okay, let me go and employ someone else. It is very easy.
So
So
let's
Pius,
say, let's say,
this
let's
thing,
let's say you are a CEO. You've employed someone, a gate man, and he sleeps on duty. Will you say you will not employ another gate
you
man
fire and then
because
you
the
employ
previous
another
one
person.
used to sleep?
Yeah, you fire and you employ another
Exactly.
person.
People are different. The fact that one NSS personnel has come and he or she is not serious doesn't mean all of us are like that.
That's why I said
Some are
Sam. That's why I
really
said
willing
Sam.
to learn.
Yeah, that's why I said
Yes.
Sam.
So it doesn't mean like if you decide that you will not take NSS personnel again, where do you want us to go and practice? Like where do you want this is
But
supposed to be
yeah,
a free service to the nation. So if you are not giving us the opportunity to work with you, you are not going to pay me. Government will pay me. So why would you have a problem with me working for you
no,
for
because
free?
the companies to pay a percentage to government.
That's the private companies.
Yes. So you're
But
talking
the
about
government,
government
yes,
companies.
government
Oh, okay.
companies, you
So
don't
we,
pay
we, we
anything.
live we live in a country where, as you said, certain things are connections. But then there is also the grace of God that maybe I'll tell my fellow youth that
luck also goes with it.
yeah, your sister. But I would say grace. I would say grace
You say
because
grace.
the grace of God abounds for everybody. And if you pray, just pray that when you
It's
go,
it's it's
they pick
it's
you.
it's so bad.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't say that you should sit in the house and be depressed because after school, your parents now say, okay, you are mature enough. Because the concept behind university is that after university, you can think, you can produce results. So go out there and make your money. So your parents are not going to be feeding you again as they used to. So I wouldn't say that you should sit in the house. No, go out there, write your letter how many times, let them bounce you. But then get up for volunteer service. If you do it here, that is not helping, you can do a different place. One day, you get your breakthrough. But sitting in the house and I'm trying, no, you sharpen your skills, you work on yourself, work on your communication skills, work on your personal, like how to approach people and all those things. You work around all those areas. So even if you sit in the house, depression will surely catch you because your friend somewhere has an auntie somewhere that will post him somewhere, and he will start flexing on status, and you'll be seen and all
Yeah.
that, and that's when the depression begins to set in. So what am I doing in the house now? But then get out there. Let's you say there's a theory in economics that the you see the best mouse trap, no matter how hidden the best mouse trap is in the bush, if you don't market that mousetrap or if you don't pave a way to that mousetrap, nobody will ever know. So no matter the value you have in yourself, if you don't bring yourself out there, if you don't show that, oh, I can do this, nobody ever patronize you. That is how it is. Yeah.
You are also into graphic designing and video editing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, can you tell us how your journey has been like when you decided to take
Take all these things.
yeah.
See, from my point, I was like, most of these things are from SHS and the university. They offer these boot camps and all that. When I was in SHS 2, I was introduced into this programming um, boot camp, which was offered by one of our teachers. So we used to go to the lab, teach us this funny. It was called Scratch back then. Scratch, where you just put in, it's like a puzzle. You put this puzzle, and this will work. This make the cartoon run. Just yes. So it all started from there. I started developing interest for these kind of things. When we go home for vacations like this, I just go to YouTube. One of the most efficient way to learn
Yeah.
something online.
YouTube,
So I just go to
yeah,
YouTube.
anything.
So in the process of searching to improve my skills in that Scratch programming, I see new things like, oh, what is this? Let me just watch it. I watch the video, learn something, move into the next. So I get curious to learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
So while I was in the process of learning this Scratch, I see things. I saw graphic designing. I had me that back then I was one broke ass nigga, so I wanted to make money as
So
well.
right now you have
So
money.
oh, right now I'm
Wow.
still
You're
broke.
still in the
I'm
process.
still broke, and yeah. So
You're still in the
yeah,
process.
I'm still in the process, right? But at least
Okay.
I'm better
You
than
are better.
right.
Okay.
So as I heard about graphic design, which people used to make money out of it, and you don't need so much time to work on a design, but the only thing is you just need to have the skill. So I started with YouTube, watched a whole lot of videos, contacted some few friends who were good in graphic designing. They gave me some few tips and tricks. You understand? Back then, I
Yeah.
didn't even have a laptop. I was using my dad's. They used to call it
Computer.
Atikopo. Yes.
The
So
computer you recorded. Yeah.
so that was what I was using to, learn graphic designing. I go to Google, search how do I do this? You go to YouTube, how do I do this? That was when I started to develop all these things. I also joined a boot camp in back in the university, improved upon my skill. I started to post it online. I'll post it on my status. I did this. And then people started contacting me like, oh, I saw this on your status. I want you to do something for me. I just did it for free. I wasn't in for the money
Yeah, but
because
nice, not for
yes,
free.
that is a way to if you want
To
to
get
yes.
people, yeah.
And then they were giving me reviews. You need to work on this part. This is not so good. Do this, and it helped a lot. So it made me develop the skills and then some specific parts that I wasn't good at. I became good at those things, and then yeah, I started
Right now you are
right now
charging.
I'm taking money from people. You get what I'm trying to say? So it all started from ACHS, thanks to I forgot his name, the teacher. He introduced me. So he was the one that put me in that field of IT, and then so now I'm making money out of IT, and I'm still learning to make more money out of IT. So yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so we've all heard his story. Sometimes it's not always that easy. Yeah. So today like this, someone might see you and they'll think that you just had it on a silver platter,
Yeah.
but you also went through your own part of the stress to also get to where you are today. So I think we should share our personal experience, like how our life, like our personal experience on our life after graduation. I mean, like we started service immediately after
Yeah, after
graduation,
graduation.
and I think we didn't even finish the service, and then
Before,
we
yeah.
had to travel for our masters. But like me personally, even though I was still doing my service, but I was depressed.
Was
I
it a
was
stress for you?
depressed. Like it wasn't the work. I was thinking of what I would do after the
The
service. Like,
service.
what am I going to do with my life after service? Because I didn't have any skill.
Yeah.
It's right now that I'm beginning to learn something, but I didn't have any skill after uni. So I was so depressed. Like every day I'll wake up in my room and I'll be asking myself, like, bro, what can you do after school? I cannot do anything. If somebody wants to offer me a job right now and ask me, Matilda, what can you do? I don't have a skill. So like I was depressed. I will not lie. Like my friends that are very close to me, they can testify to this. I was really depressed. Not that my workplace
Yeah.
was stressing me or no, but I was just depressed because I felt like I misused all the time that I had in uni for unnecessary things, and I just graduated without a skill. So yeah.
So, talking about life after university, I want to use my experience where I did my service, monthly stress Ghana Limited. So, one thing that they need to look at is mentorship. Most of us don't want to be mentored. We don't want to sit under people and learn. We feel like the little you know should be enough for you to get to where you want to get to. But then I strongly see that we need to sit down and be mentored. When I was working with my director, there came a time that Dr. Felix Kamasa, there came a time that he asked me, I told him I can drive. I know how to drive. So one day he came from work and then he gave me his car that, oh, go and drop this for me. And then I went and I came back. He was like, oh, okay. So subsequently, one day the company needed to pick something from a neighboring town, and all the drivers were busy. So they asked me to take the company van. And that was the first time I would drive manual. And the other part of the story is that we should be ready to learn anything at any time. Although I knew how to drive automatic, but I didn't know how to drive manual. So I just told the driver that, oh, he's going somewhere, but just use some few minutes to teach him how to drive the manual. Then he sat down, do this, hold the crutch, raise your legs more, do this. And within 3 minutes or getting to 5 minutes, I was able to drive the manual. So I took the car to where I was supposed to go and pick some goods and bring it back to the company. And then the director was saying that, Pius, you really learn so fast. So we should be able to sit down to be mentored. That's one part of the equation. And then the ability to be able to learn. Now, it is only when you are not able to do these things for yourself that is when depression begins to set in. Because you begin to ask yourself, what can I do? Just as you are asking yourself, what can you do? But then it is not about what can you do, it's about what are you able to do. That is the question you should be asking yourself. What leads you to knowing yourself? If you know yourself very well and you know that, okay, if I'm able to,
what are you able to do and what can you do? What is the difference?
what can you do is like, okay, he's into graphic designing. Then you ask me, can I design? I say no. Can I play football? I say no. But what can I do is like, okay, I know I can, let's say, I can do data analysis. You know you are good at data analysis. So that is what you can do. If you are good at mathematics, that would be a very good, because data analysis has to do with doing a lot of calculations and all that. If that is what you can do, then you channel your energy into that. So that you don't get to a point you're asking yourself, what can I do? Meanwhile, there's something you can actually do. So you focus on what you can do, then rather asking yourself, what can I do? Now,
It's like you are confusing yourself.
no, what you can
What do you mean
do.
you are confused?
So this is it. What
let
you
him
can do. I can repair a phone. Do you get it? Now you find yourself in a place where you want to compete with someone who is into designing. That is not something you can do. So don't ask yourself what you can do, but like, what can I do? But actually, what you're already into. That is what you're already into. You learned electrical engineering, yes. Now, just as you're saying, go for internship, right? So you didn't go for internship, nothing of that sort. Now, personally, what are you able to? What comes to you easily?
But then, like, are there systems put in Ghana that help students that are depressed? Like, how do like how do
You will solve your own problem yourself.
Maybe you go for therapy
You will
sessions.
solve your own
That's the
problem.
only thing
You will
Canada
solve your
is.
own problem. I think no man is an island. No man is an island. So I think
But we have families, we
Yeah.
have friends. I mean, like, we should have people in our circles that we can go to, like,
Some of
in
them,
times
some
like
of
this.
these things. See, some of the factors that affect depression after school are peers, social media, bro. For real, your peers, the people around you, okay, should I say? I can say 50%
most of us
can make you
are
depressed.
living fake social media lives.
You understand?
So I wouldn't say that people should follow social media
Yeah.
posts and all that. Someone would just buy or even go and rent his friend's dress and stand at a restaurant, take a picture, and then post chilling with a big boy. Something just to
Some people even go to the restaurants without buying anything.
exactly.
They'll
You
just
will
get
just
So
be
frustrated
there and
and
be,
leave.
come on,
so it is better to have what it takes to produce the result
yeah,
than
Yeah.
to just appear as if you have what it takes to produce the results, and when they give it to you, you can't do it. So let's not be worried by the social media
Misled.
posts and all those
and
things.
then
No,
dependency, your peers, no, they don't
no.
listen to any.
Yes.
I was going to say
For
And
somebody.
I
me,
think
yes.
family pressure too. So sometimes it's not their fault. Like I mean, a lot of people like their families go go to the extreme, like to take care of them through uni, like not only uni but through their education. And I think sometimes it's frustrating when they finally graduate and it's like they are not bringing anything beneficial to their house.
Have a helper, call God. God will help you. They
So
should pray. We should pray. This is very important.
Yeah.
yeah, but if you are a graduate and you are depressed out there, please, you are not alone. Like we've all been through that phase. It's just a phase of life here, and you should seek help before you do the rest. Yes, seek help from friends, family. Learn, yes, learn a skill. Like instead of spending time on TikTok, even TikTok, there are a lot of people on TikTok that like teach skills. You can use it to learn. Go to YouTube, learn. Like do your research very well and learn a skill. You can even get a job online that you'll be working from home, just like you said, graphic designing. You'll just be in the house right now. We have AI. Yes, we have generative AIs that they'll just you just need to prompt it and then it will generate the flyer for you. Then you will send it to the person and take your money. Yes, we also have some like Canva. Canva will provide you with all the templates. All you have to do is edit and then just fix the details of the person demanding for the flyer, then you get paid. So learn a skill. Don't just sit idle waiting for government to employ you. Learn a skill. If you are depressed, talk to your friends, talk to your family, and stop being alone. That certified loaner thing is is not a good thing. Yeah, it's just for social media, but it's not good to always be alone. You should learn and then talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk about it. Yes, talk about it. Yes. And don't be carried away with the life most of your colleagues that graduated with you are living, because most of them are living fake life. So please try to learn a skill and graduate with a skill. Don't just graduate with your degree. It will not help you. Okay, we have said our own. So please, do you people have anything to add?
For me, just keep your hopes high. Nothing. You shouldn't do anything without asking for. For me, I'm a Christian, so I would say you shouldn't do anything without asking God for help and direction,
Yeah.
because I've enjoyed a lot of favors, and the grace and the mercy of God abounds when you put yourself into that space. You are rest assured that no matter how much you turn yourself around, there's one particular place that's meant for you. Try to be engaging, be involving. When you go somewhere, you know how to do something, try to express yourself, be outspoken, be courageous, like have the courage to approach to do something. And then don't be afraid to be mentored. Some of us, you get to someone, one, two, three, no, you want to show that. No, 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 no. Sit yourself down, humble yourself, have that humility to learn under somebody. And then as time goes on, perfection is out of practice. So as you go on each day, each time, you'll be able to get there with small. Don't. Some people will make it with their first degree. Some people will have to continue their school masters, and so there are a lot of room for everybody. So let us try to know where we are and what we'll be able to do best. Then I think we'll be able to
You said it all. Don't forget about faith too.
yeah.
God, faith, discipline, and then consistency.
Yeah, consistency.
You are good to go.
I think you mentioned something that I'm really interested in. um, being humble and bringing yourself down
Down.
to
Yeah.
learn. Yeah, I think some of us we are very quick to let people know what we know.
Yeah. The pride.
Yes, when you go when you go to a new environment and you are trying to show people immediately, like just upon meeting them, what you know, some people will feel
Yeah.
intimidated, and there's no way they are going to even give you a chance to work with them. Because me, I have been working with this company for like 5 years and I don't know this, and you are coming with this. You want to come and like so sometimes let's know when to take a break and also learn from other people.
Yeah.
Even if you know it, just listen to them. It's better to listen to them than trying to show off, and then at the end you just get laid off. You not understand why. They will not also tell you that, oh, it's because you are trying to do this and that's why. But they know the reason. So let's know when to take a break and also learn from other people, no matter how brilliant or intelligent you think you are. So we have come to the end of today's session, and I'm really happy we hit on this topic today because it's something that has been disturbing a lot of graduates and also SHS leavers here. So I'm very grateful to my guests for joining us on this topic. We are very grateful to have you on this show and for sharing with us your experiences and then the things that you think can help all of us overcome this stage of our lives. We are grateful. And to our audience, we hope that this information gets to you and you make good use of it. So we'll see you next week on another episode of the Evolve podcast. And don't forget to comment, like, and share our post and turn on your notification button. Yeah. Bye. See you next week.